Hi everybody. I am this video I'm about to do is going to be a little different. I'm not doing a movie review. I'm basically going to be doing like a collection show off video because I am a bit of a movie collector myself, and I actually like to collect movies. And this is every film I personally own on Blu-ray through Arrow Video. And Arrow is sort of like a they're like a British company, and they're I would say Arrow is probably the equivalent of, say, maybe Criterion, almost. And Criterion, picks up what they think are the most important films and give them, high quality releases on Blu-ray and 4K. Arrow does the same thing, but I think Arrow's been doing it with more like, cult favorite films instead of what Criterion has been picking up. So, and honestly, they've been picking up some interesting releases and putting them out on Blu-ray and giving them incredible treatment, to say the least. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna describe each film briefly and individually and show what each one looks like. So that's really about it. So I'm gonna try to fly through this as quick as I can because you can see here look how many of them I have. And some of these are actually in very limited quantity, so when I bought them, I got really lucky in finding them as cheap as I could find. So, and some of these are very hard to get a hold of. So, without further ado, let's start it off. First one I have here is The Guyver. This is the 1991 film adaptation of The Guyver, the first live-action Guyver movie released. And this is actually a UK-British release, and thankfully it's all region compatible. It's actually nice that the first Guyver movie actually got a Blu-ray through Arrow, but I'm really hoping that either they or Shout Factory would pick up the sequel, Guyver Dark Hero, because I would love to see that. So yeah, the first disc is the Blu-ray, the second disc is the DVD, and yeah, as you can see, it's all region, and yeah, it will play in anything pretty much, so it's pretty cool. Bonus features on the disc are kind of scanty, because all you get is like just an interview with Brian Usna, sorry, image galleries, trailers, and of course the reversible cover sleeve, which is the yeah, that artwork is pretty cool, by the way. But like I said, when it comes to Shout Factory and Arrow Blu-rays, I still prefer the original theatrical poster art, which actually is a lot better than seeing that one with Mark Hamill as the Guyver, because that poster was a complete blatant lie, because honestly, if anybody's seen it, they'd be like, yeah. So that's the Guyver. Here's Waterworld. Waterworld, I actually did have the limited edition box, I have a few of them over there, and unfortunately, I pretty much pitched it because it was hogging up too much space. I'm starting to wish I never got rid of it, honestly. But I kept the booklet and whatnot, but I put the booklet away. There's a couple I have where I had the limited edition releases, and I ended up pitching the box that it came in. Like I said, I never really should have got rid of it. Waterworld has actually got a pretty impressive release here. Like I said, 3 discs. So yeah, there's a lot of poster stuff and cards and whatnot. So there's the movie disc, which has the theatrical cut with all the bonus features. The second disc is the TV cut, which is way longer. It adds about roughly 40 minutes of extra footage. And the Ulysses cut on disc 3 is by far the lengthiest version of the film. I also noticed that all the discs have the same artwork, like the reversible cover sleeve, unfortunately. Let me go pull it out there. There you go. And this is actually an excellent release of the film. It trumps over any of the Universal DVD or the Blu-ray. There is a 4K version that just recently came out, but yeah, this is the limited edition, and it's pretty rare to find. But I think the 4K version, if you wanted all the extra stuff, you'll probably have to go for that. But yeah, this is a great release of Waterworld. Great release. Here is Society. This was actually the directorial debut of Brian Usna. It was released in '89, but it didn't come out until a couple years later. So technically, Bride of Reanimator was Brian Usna's first film to get released. Technically to get released, but Society was the first film he actually made. Society actually got a pretty solid release. As you can see, it comes with a wealth of extras in the making of the film. And I think it actually comes with the... can't remember if it does have the Oh no, the DVD had a commentary with Brian Usna, but they unfortunately recorded a brand new one. But the DVD was by Anchor Bay, I think. Yeah, 2 discs. Disc 1 is the Blu-ray. Disc 2 is the DVD copy, and here's the reversible cover sleeve. Yeah. Crazy movie. Society is one weird, messed up film. Here's House and House 2. I am aware that there are 2 more House films, but I can only get the first 2 on Blu-ray. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I just realized there are a couple more that I unfortunately missed in the collections. Give me one moment. Alright, sorry. I thought I had them all, but I don't. There were a couple that I was missing. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about House and House 2, the second story. Unfortunately, these ones only got released, only the first 2 houses got released here in the U.S. The other 2, I think House 3 was called The Horror Show or something, and House 4. Now, all 4 of them are released in a box set by, only in the UK though, but House 1 and 2 actually got released individually here in the States. And of course, they both come with a great picture, great wealth of extras on the making of both films. Let me go ahead and... Here's House. There's the reversible cover sleeve. And here's House 2, second story. And there's the reversible artwork. Pretty neat, though. So yeah, it's like I said, pretty elaborate. I like how the first movie was rated R and the sequel was PG-13. Pretty funny, actually. Since I went back and added a couple more, I might as well take a look at another combo of movies released by Arrow. Here are the first 2 Hellraisers. Hellraiser 1 and 2. The third one, Hellraiser 3, was released on a Blu-ray box set called the Scarlet Trilogy box set, I think. But only the first 2 got a release through Arrow here in the States. And I'm really hoping Arrow would put the third one out. So yeah, as much as the reversible artwork is pretty neat though, that's okay. I still prefer the original poster art because that's just legendary, the way the first Hellraiser looks. So yeah, bonus features, lots of them. Same with Hellbound Hellraiser 2, as you can see. Yeah, again, I like the artwork by Arrow, but I still prefer the original theatrical poster art, which is still pretty impressive. So that's those. There's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. What a fun movie this is. I had the MGM Blu-ray for a long time, but I decided to upgrade to the Arrow Blu-ray. Man, that artwork is very beautiful. Yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. And yeah, it does come with pretty much all the extras that accompany the MGM Blu-ray, plus a bunch of new things like, yeah, a wealth of material. And the MGM Blu-ray actually came with a wealth of extras too, but when Arrow put this one out, I figured I'd give it a shot, and honestly, yeah, it puts the MGM Blu-ray to shame. Arrow definitely gave this film an incredible treatment. So... what I have here is a film called Crimes of Passion. It was a film that came out back in the 80s. It was directed by Ken Russell, who made films like Tommy and one of the strangest films ever made, which is Altered States. And he also made a film called Lair of the White Woman and Lair of the White Worm. I'm sorry, that's the title of it, Lair of the White Worm. And Gothic, which are both available on Blu-ray through the Vestron Video Library. I might actually do a review of, might do a collection show-off video of that. But anyway, this one, yeah, like the Guyver, also was released on Blu-ray overseas. There is a one here that got released in the States, but this is the one I actually found. And yeah, it's more like it's like an adult movie thriller. It's like more like an erotic thriller, kind of like Basic Instinct almost, sort of. But it does have a great cast. I mean, Kathleen Turner and Norman Bates himself, Anthony Perkins. And so, yeah, it does come with a few bonus features, commentary, behind-the-scenes stuff on the film. Not a lot of stuff, but still it is nice that Arrow put this out. Here's the reversible cover sleeve. Oh, the artwork on that's pretty awesome, but again, I still prefer the original theatrical poster art. And yeah, this Blu-ray, though it's not all region compatible, it's only region A and B, unfortunately, so, but it still will play over here. Here's Slugs, which is one of my favorite creature flicks. I was actually impressed to find Slugs actually getting a Blu-ray release through Arrow, because, like I said, this is actually a fun little creature flick. Like I said, it's a pretty elaborate cover art right there. And yeah, the Blu-ray does come with a wealth of bonus material in the making of the movie, and it definitely trumps over the Anchor Bay DVD anytime. So yeah, Slugs is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Here's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. This was actually my first introduction to Elvira herself. I knew she was a horror hostess I've heard about her name, but I've never actually seen until I saw the movie. And I actually watched this as a kid, and surprised I was allowed to see this as a kid, given that it was a PG-13 rated film, and it had a lot of crazy stuff in it. But yeah, it would be nice if this like plastic was covering the wasn't covering that. But yeah, this is pretty neat though. This is actually a pretty solid release of the movie. Arrow did a great job with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Plenty of material. Like, there's like 3 audio commentaries on the movie disc, and well, of course, only the movie disc. No, nothing else. There's no bonus features disc or anything. So here's Children of the Corn. Yep, just the movie disc. Artwork is pretty elaborate, like I said, but yeah, that's about it. I had the Anchor Bay Blu-ray for a while, but the Arrow Blu-ray definitely trumps over at any time. Here's Basket Case. This is the first one. This was the directorial debut of Frank Henenlotter. I have all the Basket Case movies, but only Arrow put out the first one, so it's pretty neat though. And yeah, it does come with a nice wealth of extras, and the transfer on the film was supervised by Frank Henenlotter himself. It's only available in 1:3:3:1 because that's the ratio it was shot in. So here's Creepshow 2, the Arrow Blu-ray. And oh, the artwork on the back is pretty elaborate too. Very elaborate. And yeah, probably one of the best releases of Creepshow 2 available. Definitely better than what the Image Blu-ray was like, so... Here's a trio of George Romero films I have. Here's There's Always Vanilla, which was the second film he made after Night of the Living Dead. It's like this little bittersweet drama that he made. So, yeah, the artwork is pretty interesting. It does feature a couple of regulars that would work with Romero, but obviously the movie was a failure, so obviously he was meant to do, you know, horror films. Next one he made here is Season of the Witch, which also goes by a different name. It went by a different name. There was Jack's wife, but there's actually, I believe there's 2 versions of the film on here. One is the, you get the 4K version, and an alternate extended version, which runs at 104 minutes, but it goes by a different name, so yeah. Here's the artwork for Season of the Witch. Yeah, it's pretty neat, though, but I still prefer the original cover art, which is pretty cool. Well, it's funny that the poster here is kind of a lie, because Dawn of the Dead came out after Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch came out in '73, so. And after that, here's The Crazies, the original from 1973. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Although the breathing mask kind of looks like the face of an insect almost, but I think it was done that way. Again, plenty of material on the film, so like I said, Crazies is a pretty unique movie. I have next here, I have a trio of films by Dario Argento. What I have here is, now, pardon me trying to pronounce the Italian here, but it's like L'Uccello dalle Piume di Cristallo. Sorry if that didn't sound anything like that. I apologize if it didn't. But it also translates to the bird with the crystal plumage. This was actually Dario Argento's directorial debut, by the way. And This was actually the first in his, what he calls his Animal Giallo trilogy. But I still prefer the original poster art, which is pretty cool. But like I said, this was Dario's first film as director, and it comes with a great wealth of content on the film. Next one I have here is, it's again an Italian film. It's Il Gatto a Nove Code. Again, I apologize if that didn't sound anything what it should be in Italian, but it translates to The Cat o' Nine Tails. This was actually Dario's second film, I believe, as director, and the second film in his Giallo trilogy. And again, offers a wealth of content on the film. And the third I have here is Deep Red. Yes, that's the actual title, Deep Red. Deep Red was released in a limited edition version, but I could not find this one, and the limited edition has gone out of print, so it's really hard to get a hold of. So this was the only Arrow Blu-ray I could get a hold of Deep Red. So overall, this was actually a pretty good release. It comes with a wealth of content. It doesn't have all the stuff the limited edition has, but it's still a nice amount of material there. Sorry, I'm gonna bring the camera down a bit because my feet are it's kind of hurting me to kind of kneel on my feet while doing this. So okay. I have another duo of films here. Here's Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator. Here's Reanimator, of course. Reanimator also got a limited edition release, but yeah, as you can see there, again, the artwork is pretty cool, but I still prefer the original poster art, which is pretty impressive. Now, the limited edition version also contained an additional cut of the movie, but this Blu-ray has the unrated cut. The limited edition release contained a theatrical R-rated version, and I think it had a couple of additional features on it, but the unrated cut had all the extras, had all the big stuff. So, not really complaining too much there. Here's Bride of Reanimator. This is a pretty rare release of the film because this one is a UK release, but it's all region compatible, so the Blu-ray is, all region, and the second disc is the DVD copy. So there's the artwork there. Again, pretty elaborate. Pretty neat, actually. Here's a couple of Blu-rays I have that have some, sleeves on, which are pretty cool. Here's The Last Starfighter. So let me go ahead and pull it off there. Pretty neat, actually. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And there's the reversible artwork. So yeah, very beautiful release of the film, and comes with a wealth of extras on the film. And yeah, I think the picture on the Blu-ray is way better than the 25th anniversary by Universal, but still a great release of the film. There's Flatliners. No, this is not the remake. This is the original by Joel Schumacher. The original Flatliners. Oh yeah, and I love that theatrical poster art. That is beautiful. What a cast that this movie had. Joel Schumacher always cast an incredible wealth of actors in his movies. He always did. And one of these days, I like to talk about all his films individually. So, but yeah, Flatliners, great movie. Blu-ray's pretty cool. I had the original Blu-ray by Sony, but it was kind of a mixed release of the film. And yeah, and again, it comes with a great wealth of extras. I think the Blu-ray came out after, after Joel Schumacher passed away. So unfortunately, there's not going to be a commentary with him, unfortunately, because I really would have loved to hear him talk about Flatliners, unfortunately. But unfortunately, he passed away back in 2020, which is a shame because he is a very unique filmmaker. Another duo of films I have here, Hills Have Eyes and Hills Have Eyes Part 2. The original, I think, was released on Blu-ray again in a limited edition with a few extras on the film, So yeah, the Blu-ray here I think is pretty neat. Like I said, one of Wes Craven's, I think it's one of Wes's better known films. Actually, I think it's the first movie he did that really got him mainstream attention. And here's Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Again, I had the limited edition box that I eventually, unfortunately, threw out because I felt like it was hogging up too much space, but that's okay because I kept most of the materials that came with it, like the booklet and some collectible cards and whatnot. Here is The Last House on the Left, Wes Craven's directorial debut. And honestly, I I am really impressed with this Blu-ray release of the film. I mean, again, 3 discs. Disc 1 has the unrated cut. Disc 2 has 2 additional versions, the Krug and Company cut and an R-rated cut. And the 3rd disc, believe it or not, is actually not a Blu-ray or a DVD. It's actually a CD that contains the soundtrack. And there's the reversible artwork. I actually like it when movies get released on Blu-ray that actually contain the soundtrack. Very few actually are like that, and I think that's a neat idea. I think more companies should start doing this, putting out movies on Blu-ray that include a soundtrack album. That's pretty cool. Really neat feature. I like that. Well, the Blu-ray itself is really nice. The movie itself, like I said, this is actually one hell of a hard film to watch. It's very difficult. It's a rape revenge film, and it's not an easy one to watch. But yet, if you're a big fan of Wes Craven, this is definitely one to check out. And I would also recommend checking out the remake too. That is, if you can handle it, because like I said, these movies are not easy for me to watch. But they definitely deserve the huge attention that they definitely deserve the cult attention that they got. So there you go. Here's Eaten Alive, which is the second major film that Tobe Hooper made right after Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yeah, the Blu-ray by Arrow is pretty impressive. It comes with a wealth of content on the film, and the Blu-ray is on 1 disc, DVD copy. And there's the reversible artwork, which is pretty impressive. But I still prefer the original theatrical poster art, like I said. Great stuff. And again, there's a great wealth of content. As I've said, I could read all this, but I'm not going to do... if I wanted to do this, I would do a review of it. But like I said, I'm just trying to leaf through these as fast as I can because I still have several to go here. Here's Tremors. I had the Universal Blu-ray for a while, but then I heard Arrow was putting it out in a special edition. I figured, you know what? I got to pick it up, and artwork is pretty impressive, as you can see there. Beautiful. And it comes with a nice wealth of extras. A lot more stuff than was on the Universal Blu-ray, so I have no desire to get any of the sequels. The way I see it with Tremors is this is a rare occasion of a film that the original film was awesome, but the sequels, I'd say they're not worth it. Sorry. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is the 1994 version by director Kenneth Branagh, starring Robert De Niro as the monster and Kenneth Branagh as Dr. Frankenstein himself. Honestly, this is a great film adaptation based on the novel Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. A lot of fans actually consider this one of the best film adaptations of Frankenstein, next to the 1931 original with Boris Karloff, which is still like an iconic movie. Definitely an iconic film, but the 1994 version is actually pretty good. I've had the Sony Blu-ray for a while before Arrow decided to put out a special edition release with a wealth of material. American Werewolf in London, John Landis's first John Landis's werewolf movie, which is an iconic werewolf film in its own way, and probably one of the top 5 best werewolf movies out there. Definitely include The Howling and the original Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr., but yeah, American Werewolf in London is like one of the best. And the Arrow Blu-ray is arguably the best version of the film, aside from the 4K version if there is one available. But again, it comes with a wealth of extras in the movie. Plenty of stuff here. So, I have a couple of Terry Gilliam films here on Blu-ray through Arrow. Here's 12 Monkeys, and here's Tideland. 12 Monkeys came out in 95, had Bruce Willis. I had the Universal Blu-ray for a while, but then I decided to upgrade to the Arrow version. And the Arrow Blu-ray obviously has more stuff, and a better looking transfer of the movie with more extras on the making of the film. So, and here's Tideland, which is one of the later films Terry Gilliam directed. I still have yet to watch it, but it looks like it's going to be a fun movie. Terry Gilliam is probably one of the most imaginative filmmakers out there, and his films have like an acquired taste. You really got to like get in the right mood to watch his stuff, sort of like Darren Aronofsky almost. But not gonna lie, Terry Gilliam does do some good movies. I've actually heard some good stuff about Tideland, so I'm gonna have to check this one out. There's Crimson Peak. The Arrow Blu-ray, Crimson Peak, was done by Guillermo del Toro. And I had the Universal Blu-ray for a long time until I upgraded to the Blu-ray version. And the Blu-ray version, the Arrow Blu-ray, does have more, way more stuff on it than the Universal version does. But yeah, Crimson Peak is actually a pretty cool little horror flick to check out. Really good. Really good movie. I have a couple of Blu-rays here, but actually, let's go ahead and look at the box versions, which I have here. And these ones, I'm not gonna pull all the stuff out, so I'm gonna start off with Dune, the David Lynch movie. And yeah, here's all the stuff here, like, you know, the booklet, the like a fold-out poster of the movie, and of course here's the Blu-ray, and of course I used the reversible cover sleeve. The artwork on the Blu-ray, especially the boxes, is gorgeous, to say the least. That is beautiful. It's literally a beautiful work of art. The movie disc, of course, and the bonus features are on the second one, which is nice. So yeah, the reversible cover sleeve is pretty much what you saw there. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So again, that, like I said, also I feel like Arrow would have done better justice had they included the extended cut of the movie, because only the theatrical version is available. So, but that's not an incredible total loss. I mean, I still say that's not too much. That's not too bad of a loss. But either way, though, this is actually a good release of the movie. So Arrow definitely did Dune proud. Most of David Lynch's films have been put in Criterion, but I'd say what Arrow did to Dune basically is Criterion quality. So no need for Dune to get a Criterion release. It kind of already got it. Here's True Romance, the one film that Tony Scott directed. Quentin Tarantino wrote it. Great cast of actors. I'm not going to pull the stuff out because it's pretty much the same stuff as what you see in the Dune Blu-ray. But here's the Blu-ray itself. This is the cover art, and basically this is the basically what you saw there. It's the same as the box. So, and of course there's additional stuff in here like postcards, like a fold-out poster of the movie. So yeah, again, it has all the extras from the Warner Brothers Blu-ray and the Sony version. So plus a couple of new stuff. So that's pretty cool, actually. I kind of like how the front cover looks like the front cover of like a pulp magazine, sort of like Pulp Fiction almost. Interesting. There's Flash Gordon. Flash! Savior of the universe. Sorry. But, yeah, Flash Gordon, same thing. Basically has the same layout of stuff. Oh, yeah, I guess this thing... Yeah, sorry, the thing's come loose a little bit. This is the second version of Flash Gordon I bought because the Arrow Blu-ray I picked up only had one disc, but this version has two, and it has a couple of additional stuff on the making of the film, so pretty neat, actually. Yeah, again, an Arrow Blu-ray where the second disc is bonus features and not a DVD copy. There's Legend, which I've already explained in my... sorry. I've already shown this one in my review of Legend, so I don't really need to go too far into it again, as you've already seen. But again, the Arrow Blu-ray is very handsome. The artwork is beautiful. So yeah, beautiful release. Here's RoboCop, which I actually have two additional versions. Here's the standalone Arrow Blu-ray, which only contains the director's cut. And I kept my MGM Blu-ray copy because it has a few materials on it that, unfortunately, the Arrow Blu-ray doesn't have. But here's the limited edition release. As you can see here, it has all the stuff, the booklet and the reversible cover sleeve and whatnot. The limited edition release contains the second disc that has the theatrical cut, which has a couple of additional features on it. As you can see here, director's cut and the theatrical cut, and here is the reversible cover sleeve. Pretty nice. So yeah, RoboCop got a beautiful release by Arrow. Beautiful release. So there's that. Here's Wild Things, which is one of the more recent ones I picked up. Wild Things, which came out in '98, sort of helped launch the careers of both Although Neve Campbell was already big thanks to Scream and Scream 2, but yeah, Denise Richards kind of got her career launched thanks to this movie. But it had a great cast, not just them, but Matt Dillon and Kevin Bacon were both in the film. But we all know that this movie is famous for its graphic content, especially the love scene between Denise Richards and Neve Campbell in the pool, and of course the three-way love scene between Matt Dillon and both Neve Campbell and Denise Richards. But here's the Blu-ray. Again, the reversible cover art. The Blu-ray, I believe, contains like 2 alternate versions of the film, theatrical and unrated, so it's got pretty much all the stuff, plus a wealth of material in the making of the film. And again, it has all the stuff like the poster, the fold-out poster, and the reversible, and the booklet. So, again, well done job by Arrow. And the final 2 I have here, this is Vamp. Vamp is a vampire film that came out back in 1986, and you could say this movie is sort of like a precursor to From Dusk Till Dawn. And actually a fun little vampire flick to check out, and here's the Arrow Blu-ray. Sorry. Reversible cover art's pretty cool, though, but I still prefer, again, the original theatrical poster, which is really nice. Now, I have here a second copy of Vamp, but I have this is the DVD by Anchor Bay. The only reason I keep it is because although the Arrow Blu-ray does have a nice wealth of material, unfortunately, it is missing the commentary track from the DVD, which is really nice. The commentary on here is actually a lot of fun to listen to, but there's a documentary on the Arrow Blu-ray of Vamp that actually kind of, I wouldn't say it repeats many of the stuff in the commentary, but it does have interviews with pretty much everybody that was involved with the commentary, like the director, Richard Wenk, and actors Dee Dee Pfeiffer and Getty Watanabe, who were both in the commentary, as well as Chris Makepeace, who's also in the documentary here. Although it says that he's not, but he actually, I think he is interviewed, so. But yeah, I mean, and finally, here's the stuff. And again, the commentary from the DVD is not on here, so overall, this is all, yeah. This is everything, so sorry if the video got way too out of hand, but I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will continue to do more videos like this in the days to come. So until then, everybody take care, and be safe.